In this video, we're going to go over how to create this line of bezel settings. This relatively simple technique is a fun way to add some accent stones and a really cool texture to some of your pieces. The materials for this project are fairly simple. We have 6 inches of 18 gauge half round in half hard, 3 segments of 18 gauge square in dead soft, our 4 cabbed stones, and about 1.5 foot of 22 gauge half round. To start, we're going to take our 3 squares and lay the 18 gauge half round along the side. And using our 22 gauge half round, we're going to wrap them together. I went ahead and wrapped it around about 5 times. You really just want them to all sit flat and parallel next to each other. Next, we're going to take the half round and bend it out to the side to remove it from that coil. Continue coiling these squares together. We want the space covered to equal the size of our stone here. So for these 4mm stones, it's probably going to be about 5 rotations. One more. Let's check for the size. Perfect. And before we do anything with the stone, I'm going to take my nylon pliers and flatten underneath the setting there. Next, we're going to take this half round and wrap it around and back along parallel to our squares. My finger is definitely going to block this from the camera a little bit, so I wanted to explain it first, because I have to hold the stone here as we go. Alright, so pinching that stone in place, I'm going to take that half round, bring it up and around over the stone, come back to parallel with our wires. You can't really tell since my finger was covering the stone, but you actually want the orientation of the half round to flip over a little bit to give a little bit of a lip around the edge of the stone, if that makes sense. To lock that setting in, we're going to take our half round. I'm probably going to go around it 2 times, as tightly wrapped as we can. Flat it back to place. Going to pull that half round snug and push it out to the side to get ready for the next stone. Here's a close-up of what we have so far. You can kind of see that the half round folds over the stone a little bit, locking it into place. Next, we're going to go ahead and wrap around our square wires again. And pinch it with the pliers. To set the next stone, we're going to repeat the same process, placing it on our 3 square wires there. Oh, slippery little guy. Pinch it in place and fold the half round up and around over the top of the stone. This might take a little bit of practice and might take a few tries, but once you get it, it works. Perfect. And then we're going to wrap around twice to lock it in. tightly as possible to make sure that we have the tension holding that stone in. And then pinched with our nylons. Pull it tight. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and repeat the same process again for the next two stones, and then I'll show you a trick to make sure that it stays tight. I went ahead and wrapped all the remaining half round that I had around all three squares and the half round at the end. And to go back and tighten these, we can add a little bit of curve. It causes all of that half round to tighten up on top of the stones, securing them even more firmly. Here's a close-up view of the setting. Adding that little extra curve helps hold the tension in the half-round wire. If you hold this up to your ear and shake, you shouldn't hear any rattling. That'll let you know if the stones aren't quite secure enough yet. Usually just adding a little bit more of a curve will help tighten it up enough to secure the stones. I always really look forward to your feedback on these videos. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think of this setting. If you have any questions about this setting or requests for future videos, shoot me a message on my Instagram. I'll put the link in the description of this video. If you found this video interesting or helpful, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I plan on releasing new videos every Tuesday.